Presidents! They're amazing!
Right, okay, well, good afternoon everybody. Welcome along to the third of today's sea lion displays. My name is Ellie, and as you can tell, I've brought two of our sea lions out to meet you all. And the first job for these two is to give everybody a nice wave hello. But these guys, they won't wave to you unless you guys are all waving to them first. So everybody get those hands up in the air, give us a big wave. There we go, that's nice dear. Come on boys, let's wave back, let's say hello to everybody. That's it, make everyone feel welcome. Excellent. Now these two, they're both California sea lions. And as the name does suggest, you can of course find the largest population of this particular type of sea lion all along the coast of California. You can also find them as far north as Canada, where it can get really very cold, and as far south as Mexico, where of course it's lovely and warm. So these guys, they're quite a versatile, wide-ranging species, and that means they can pretty much cope with whatever the Great British weather has to chuck at them. Now these two, they're not fully grown, not even this big fella over here, and they won't be fully grown till they're about 18 years old. By that time, these two, they could both reach lengths of around 2 to 2.5 metres. So they're both going to get a fair bit taller, especially this little guy. But they could also end up weighing anything between 30 to possibly even 40 stone. So they're also going to get a lot fatter and a lot heavier too. This chap here, he weighs 20 stone already. So in theory, he could at least double in size. We don't think he'll get that big. We think he'll get to about 25, 30 stone, but it just gives you an idea of how big these guys really could be. Let me introduce you to them both. We're going to start with the little fella first. This little guy, he's called Roger. Roger is one of our youngsters. He's only 5, so he is one of the youngest and the cutest, aren't you? He's very, very clever, but he's also really gentle and very friendly too. He loves a flipper shake and a little kiss, don't you? Hello little man, how you doing? You okay? Thank you. So that's the little fella. Now, the noisy, excitable sea lion that sits on my left, he's called Arthur. Arthur is 14 years old, and of the 4 sea lions we look after, Arthur is by far the naughtiest. He's the most likely to muck about. He causes trouble wherever he goes, and he does make a fair bit of noise. He is a very vocal sea lion. Now he can't be too naughty at the moment because he's managed to hurt one of his back flippers. Now we know he hasn't done anything serious. The vet came down last week, we took some x-rays just to make sure he hadn't broken any bones, and he hasn't. So we think he's probably pulled a muscle or a tendon or something like that. But it does mean he can't be as mischievous as usual. He is very, very clever, and he's also really friendly. He's a big softie, aren't you? Hello you. You're going to be a good boy in this display. You are, okay.
What is she doing?
Find out. That's for sure. Now the first thing we're going to get these two to show you is an ability that sea lions are famous for. And that's their ability to balance things on their noses. Now I've got some footballs over here. We're going to get them both to do some showing off. So Arthur, you take care of the white one. That's it. And Roger, you look after the red one. Now, lots of people know sea lions can balance, but not everybody knows how it's done. The secret to it is the lovely whiskers you can see on the sea lion's faces. They're really, really sensitive. And what they're doing at the moment, they're feeling which way the football is moving. Arthur and Roger, they're listening to the information the whiskers are giving them and moving their heads around with that long flexible neck in the right direction to try and stop it from falling off. And it's actually a lot harder for Arthur to balance the smaller football because he hasn't got as much surface area to play with. He's got to be so precise with all of his movements. Now those whiskers, thanks Arthur, do of course have a much more important use. In the wild, sea lions use them to feel for movements and vibrations that are made underneath the water. Doing that helps to tell them where their food is. Because by listening to all those movements and vibrations, sea lions can pinpoint exactly where the fish are hiding. So they're really important when it comes to the sea lions finding their dinner. That's it, Arthur, last little bit. Yeah, give them both a big round of applause. That was a good start, I think. Now these two, they are both sea lions. They're not seals. People call them seals all the time, but it isn't true. They're two completely different species. To be fair, they do look very similar. So we're going to show you how to tell them both apart. Now the first thing you need to look for, how do they swim? Sea lions, for instance, only ever swim using their massive big front flippers. Boys, show everyone how big your front flippers are. Let's have a little look. Arthur's are ginormous. Now when these two are swimming, they look like they're flying because they move these paddles up and down like a pair of wings through the water. This will propel them at a top speed of about 15 to 20 miles an hour. So they do swim pretty quickly. Now if these two were both seals, their front flippers, well, they'd be about the size of my hands, and they'd be stuck to the sides of their bodies like that, making it pretty difficult for them to swim with. These two wouldn't be sat on their stands as they are now, because those tiny front flippers wouldn't support them. So seals swim using the back flippers, and they move those back flippers from side to side like a fish. Now because these guys swim using their upper bodies, it gives them loads of muscles in their chests and their shoulders too, which means they're also really very good at things like gymnastics. Now we've been teaching little Roger to do a front flipper stand. This is where he brings all of his body or all of his body weight into the air, bringing his little bum up to try and hold it in a kind of a handstand. Now normally we'd get Arthur to show you this one first, but he's really struggling with it at the moment because his back flipper's a bit sore. It means he can't bring his back flipper up. So we're going to show you how Roger's getting on with it. Now he does look a bit like he's doing press-ups, but you will get the idea. All right, Rog, let's have a little look at your front flipper stand. So as I say, eventually he'll be able to hold that little bum of his up in the air for a good 20 to 30 seconds. But at the moment, he still looks like a seesaw. That's it, you little bit more, one more. Yeah, give him a big round of applause for trying. Well done. Now, there is a much better way to tell a sea lion from a seal, and it's by watching how they move when they're on dry land. Me and Roger, we're going to go for a little wander around. And if you guys have a little look, you can see he uses all four of his flippers to walk around with. They all move individually, and his back flippers tuck up underneath him to form a pair of feet. So Roger has 4 walking limbs. This means he's pretty mobile. He can climb over things, sort of. He can jump up to try and reach for things, so he can use those back flippers to jump up, and he can run as well, at speeds of anything up to about 10 miles an hour. Seals, excuse me, seals on the other hand do move differently, don't they, Arthur? Can you show everybody? How does a seal move, Arthur? Yeah, seals jiggle along on their bellies and they look like giant slugs. But because they have those tiny front flippers, it means they can't use them for walking, for climbing, or for running. So a sea lion will always be much more mobile if you ever see them on the beaches. Very well done. Hello. You want to show everybody yours now, don't you? Now, Roger does do a very good impression, but he does look a little bit like a moonwalking caterpillar. You see what I mean now? Come on, let's look at yours then. All the way across. Give them both a big round of applause. Well done, cheeky boy. Very good. Now, with all those differences, there are a couple of things that seals and sea lions have in common. The most important thing is their food, their daily diet of fish and squid. Fish and squid, they're not easy things to catch. Sea lions have to have good eyesight, and they've got to be really good at judging distance and speed. Now here at Knowsley, we give these guys their food. Today, they've got herring. So to show you how good they are at catching things, I'm going to throw 5 rings to little Roger. Let's see how many he can catch over his little head. All right, little man, you ready? Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now they were pretty easy. So we make the last one a little bit harder. We give it a spin. Makes it faster and a little bit harder for Roger to catch. So if he does, give him a big round of applause for me. All right, Tickle Toes, you ready? Here it comes. Oh. Now, of course, if Roger were in the wild, he wouldn't be catching fish on the beach. He'd be swimming after them instead. So we've been making this a bit harder for him. Let's see how many rings he can catch when he's swimming after them. All right, little man, are you ready? Because your first one goes all the way over there. Turn around, there's 2, 3, 4. And there was number 5. Yeah, that's easy, that was quick. Now there is one more thing that seals and sea lions have in common. Only this time, it's much more dangerous because it's their enemies. Now California sea lions have 2 particular types. The first one is the killer whale, or the orca, that's its proper name. I'm not going to tell you what the other one is because Arthur does a very good impression of that too. That's it, Arthur, you get into the water and then come back this way. There's a good boy. Right, show everybody what's your deadliest enemy in the wild, Arthur.
Shark.
Kind of, yeah, there we go, that's better. So we're talking about sharks, of course. The tiger shark, the bull shark, the hammerhead and the great white. All things sea lions make a very nice dinner. So, the minute these guys think an enemy is close by, they swim back to the beach where they're nice and safe. But do give Arthur a big round of applause for his shark impression. Well done, you. Now we are unfortunately pretty close to the end of this afternoon's display. But before we go, we're going to get these two to finish things off with their favourite bits. Now this is where they both get to do a bit more showing off by leaping out of the water to try and touch that pink ball with their nose. Now it's far too high where it is. Roger is going first and he can hit the high ball around about there. Roger, is that okay? Yeah. Now Roger is quite the daredevil. So he's going to be starting his high ball attempt up there, on top of his tower. So in a minute, the little fella, he's going to climb the stairs to the platform you can see at the very top. Once he's there, he dives off into the water, swims across, and tries to hit the pink ball with his nose. Now, of course, if he does, you guys have got to give him a big round of applause because he's been a really good boy and this takes loads of effort too. All right, little man, go on, you head over. That's it. Now, if you can, folks, have a little look at how quickly Roger climbs the stairs. He really doesn't hang about, but it's a really good example of how mobile these guys are. There we go, he's at the top already. He's away, will he hit the high ball? bit for him, but I need to wait for the high ball to stop moving around. So while I wait for that, I'll tell you about our posters. At the end of the display, I'll be selling posters of Roger and Arthur from the little red shop on the corner over there. They're only £1.50, so if you'd like to take a poster of your favourite sea lion home, come and see us at the end of the display. Actually, this will make you laugh just a little bit. Arthur's poster, very, very cheeky. Arthur, show everyone what you're doing on your poster. He does it with such enthusiasm, that's the thing. Now, if you don't want a poster, we understand, it's not everyone's cup of tea. But you might like to help us with our charity instead. We're raising money for the monk seal Conservation Trust. The monk seal is the world's most endangered marine mammal, and that's why we try to help. So by the exit doors there's a little sea lion who collects for us. Any change you guys pop into that sea lion goes to our monk seal charity. So if you did enjoy yourselves, please do consider a little donation on your way out the door. We haven't finished yet though, it is Arthur's turn. Now at the moment, we're not setting Arthur's jump too much higher. Because of his poorly back flipper, he can't jump as high as usual. Now we would normally stop him from doing it, but he absolutely loves to do this. So instead of stopping him from doing it, we've just sort of curbed how high we take it. So Arthur's jump only goes a bit higher. It goes to about here. Now Arthur, he doesn't jump off of the tower like Roger. Believe it or not, Arthur is scared of heights.
Why is it called Arthur?
So he starts his high ball attempt from over there by the Harbour Master office. He's still got to hit it with his nose, and it is actually a lot harder for him because he doesn't have the momentum of jumping off of the tower first. So if Arthur hits it, you guys have got to give him a great big cheer, okay? Now that means all the mums and dads, nans and granddads and all the kids, everyone's got to join in. This really does take the most effort of all. All right, mate, you go get into position. That's it. Now, we always give Arthur the count of 3. The more people who join in, the louder we do it, the better Arthur does. So, will you guys count with me, and you can be as loud as you like, okay? You ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright folks, please stay where you are. Please stay where you are. I cannot let you out until I've done the final bits of health and safety. I will be as quick as I can, but I do have to do this first. Now, first of all, these two, they will be staying in here a little while longer. You are more than welcome to stop.